So tomorrow I'm turning 26, and I feel I've gotten to this stage of my life where nothing in this external material world can really fulfill me at that deeper level. And like for a while, there were things in the world that I was like, yeah, this is gonna do it. And a lot of them I've gone after, and then I've gotten it. And I realized, and yeah, apart from like that short-term dopamine up and down, it leaves you feeling exactly the same inside as if you didn't have it at all. And it's this form of instant gratification that the world promises. This is gonna be the thing. This is the magic fix for everything. Once you have this, once you achieve this, and like it's a fine way to live. But I feel like once you get to a certain point in life, maybe I feel like I've gotten to that point kind of early in life. And sometimes I'm thinking, why couldn't I just keep my eyes shut and stay in that place? Like when I was 19 years old, 20 years old, I was pretty happy just going to the gym, going to university, going out on weekends, having some drinks, partying, like the simple things in life, like the normal things, which it's kind of fucked how like it's normal it's normal to poison yourself every weekend just to have fun, or a lot of these things. But I guess I realized something kind of happened, and I won't go into detail now. I've shared it a little bit in the past, but like one day I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, something shifted inside me, and all of a sudden the world here that I was living quite well in and enjoying started just becoming unsatisfactory and meaningless. But then at the same time, I didn't really have I had no more clear path to walk, because that was like the path that I was walking. And so when that one started fading to the background, I was getting scared. I'm like, well, what do I do now? Movies, TV, girls, sex, all this stuff doesn't really fulfill me anymore, and this is what everyone else is chasing. So I started down like a spiritual path. Like to me, spirituality just means the search of something deeper, like the search of yourself or God, connecting to the divine. And I realized there's something that's missing inside, and I'm not going to find it out here by doing this stuff. I can find distractions out here, temporary relief, which it seems like this whole society is based on temporary relief. If you're sick, you go buy some medicine from the pharmacy, and that's going to fix the symptoms, but it's not going to fix the reason why you're sick in the first place. And it's like, you're unhappy, what do? You have a drink, turn the TV on. It's like an illusion, it's a distraction, just to distract you from being like here in the presence right now. There's these things, and our mind plays tricks on us, and our mind takes us there because it's programmed to. Like you see, society, the way it works, it's pretty much, since we're the age of young, it holds all these high promises of this. And then once you go there and taste it for yourself, then another one pops up and another one pops up. And we keep playing this game over and over again until one day it just doesn't cut it anymore. And I feel like now I'm at this stage of life where I was slowly kind of weaning off the dopamine. Let's just call it like the dopamine kind of brain kind of thing, which I'm not saying that society's shit and you should leave it, because like at the moment, like we live in this earth and we have to be part of it, and there are some like rules and regulations and laws that we have to play by. But it doesn't mean that is our focus. Like if the focus is over here, out here, rather than the focus is right here and now. And you know when they say there is like heaven on earth and also hell on earth, like I've been thinking about that more and more, and it's like heaven, the kingdom of heaven is actually here right now, but it takes like new eyes and new perspective to actually see it. And it's covered by so much bullshit. It's covered by, hey, plan, let's do this. This is gonna do it, Toby. No, eat this food. This is gonna be really good. Smoke this, drink this. Oh, why'd you do that? And it's like, the mind will play these games to take you away. It's like, for me, the biggest battle has been my mental and my mind. Like, I remember sometimes people were saying that I've got like some problems. Like I remember someone said I could have like bipolar, but fucking, you know what? Like all these things are just labels. Like I'm very public about my life, but I don't, at the start I used to be like, oi, no one should be doing this. Everyone's got to do this. But I realize now that everyone's on their own journey and everyone's path looks different, even though it may lead to the same place, but everyone has to walk their own journey. So who are we to tell people how to properly do things? Like that's part of the experience of life. You try something that's wrong, and then you realize, oh no, it's a mistake. You try something else. You learn from your own experiences. But it's like these are so quick to tell people, you have to live your life like this, and you do this and you will get this. But it's not that straightforward. You get external results, but it's more about the feeling within. What's the point of having heaps of money, heaps of friends, and all the things you want to buy, if at the end of the day, you're empty inside? And you have that hole within your being that you're like, well, what do I do? So for me at the moment, it's about stripping away these layers and the baggage that I've carried in my mind, on my back, like this heavy weight of knowledge. It's just crammed so much. Like I get angry sometimes thinking about it. From the age of 5 years old, when I could go to school, straight away, so much things, programs, baggage, information overload gets crammed into your mind. And like some of it is okay, but the majority of it is just dead weight to fill your mind with things, so that we're living from up here instead of living from within. And that we think that, yeah, as I said it, this is the third time I'm saying it, that it just fills us and says, okay, you got to keep putting more and more and more into yourself. And eventually we've put so much just crap into ourselves. This is not just on the informational level. This is like in the physical level, where we are overeating as a society. All these things we do, it's like the body, the mind, the spirit, everything is just, it's all a reflection, and it's all layers on top of each other. And what happens on one happens on the other. So what happens when you're just constantly consuming, and like you can't just literally sit still? I can't sometimes just sit still and do nothing. I have to be like, oh, what am I gonna do? Check my phone. And you got these phones now. Check my phone. Oh, read a book. Let's learn something. Listen to a podcast. Put music on. So there's always some kind of input and thing going into us. And I think this is like a very, very masculine thing, having to always be having something, just having some kind of stimulation out here. And then the actual process of taking that away and then being able to be here right now without consuming anything or without putting anything out, and actually just be right here in the center in this moment. It's so rare. Even meditation, we're like, okay, I'm going to meditate. I'm going to set aside time and I'm going to meditate. Focus on breathing, focus on this mantra. It's still, even though it's better than consuming things, it's still, I'm planning to do this. I'm sitting here. I feel like my deepest meditations, I haven't planned it. It's just like I've been kind of sitting like in the front yard, watching the cars go by, and then all of a sudden I'm just sitting there and I'm not thinking about doing anything, and I'm just there. I didn't have to plan it and be all serious and say, okay, I'm meditating right now. And something I'm doing at the moment is like a dopamine detox. Because every time we fire these neurons in our brain, and we don't have to work for it. We don't have to work for it anymore, because in this modern day, like, it's so easy. You smoke a vape. It's like, yeah, you feel good for 5 seconds, but you've done fucking nothing to earn that dopamine hit you're getting from the vape, apart from going to the shop and buying it. You can just pick it up and keep hitting it. I remember for a while I had a bit of an addiction. Phone, scrolling on Instagram. You've done nothing. You haven't earned it. And I could see myself becoming like lazy, and I was losing all drive to live life and actually go out and do things, because I was like, I can get the satisfaction from the touch of my phone. So I no longer wanted to work hard. When before, like in the recent past, and also in the past, people would go out hunting, and they would catch an animal, bring it back for the tribe, work very hard, cook it up, and then they would like sit around and laugh and have a good time of connection. But when we can constantly get all these things from artificial sources, and you don't have to work hard for it anymore, your mind is going to be like, well, why do I have to do anything? I'm just going to keep hitting this over and over again. And then eventually this feedback loop that we're created to have gets dumbed down. And this is why we got a society like this today. People not wanting to people can't just be with themselves, because this button has been like over pushed. There was like lots of experiments done on rats about this as well, where they keep pushing this button that gives them like that dopamine thing. They would rather keep pressing that button and getting this short-term hit that's diminishing until they died, rather than actually going out and doing real things, like having babies, having a family. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about this kind of stuff. But yeah, I feel that one more thing. Like, this is a video kind of to myself, and also if you're watching, like, it's good shit. Like discipline. This all ties in. Having self-discipline on yourself. Discipline doesn't mean like being hard on yourself or anything and being like, bad, don't do that. It's more like, you know what is good for your soul on like a higher level, that you hold yourself to a higher standard, and you say, Toby, like, this is an act of self-love. Self-discipline and self-love go hand in hand. And it's not giving in to the whims of the mind, the temporary satisfactions. Because you should try it out. Follow your mind. Every time it has an impulse, go and do it. Like, it says, eat this cake, 10 p.m., eat the ice cream. So you go eat the ice cream. You might enjoy it for while you're eating it, but immediately after you finish it, your mind is actually going to turn on you and say, why'd you do that? You know it's not good for you. So deep down, it's about being with yourself, actually understanding yourself at that level, and then you know what is good for you right now in this moment. It may not always be good for you right now, but then you can actually listen to yourself, and you're not bombarded taking all the advice from everyone else that is walking a different journey and walking a different path, that says, eat this, no, drink this, no. You answer your own questions, and then you say, okay, this is what's good for me right now. Just because the world is telling me that this thing's going to make me happy, I know it's not. So I'm going to trust my inner knowing, which is maybe the voice of God, maybe the divine speaking through you, because it goes deep. But I reckon, we'll cut this video off here. Yeah, it was kind of fun speaking this and clearing out the mind so we can be here. Peace and love, family. Next time you see me, I'll be 26 years old.